Next, you know, the traditional mindset that most of us grew up was that you needed a 4-year collegiate degree at a university to be successful. And yet employers are telling me increasingly, even in the aftermath of this recession, that our skilled trades are getting gray around the temples, and we're seeing a real need for skilled trades people like electricians and plumbers and welders and the like, trades that often require a technical school certificate or degree and in specific skills. I wonder if you could speak, are we effectively changing the mindset at the high school level from a guidance counselor standpoint or whatever, or are we planting the seeds of the right dreams to match the reality of the workforce? Mike, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm really not sure, but I will tell you one thing. I think that in discussions with people in education, it's amazing how the students in all areas are not exposed to the possibilities, and their appetites aren't whetted by what they could be, you know, when they grow up. I mean, my education is not what I've turned out to be, but it was a springboard for thought, a springboard for troubleshooting and problem solving that got me where I am. I would think that it would be important for counselors now, if I was, you know, sitting back and making a stab at it, is to say that let's expose them, the students, to what's possible in the Milwaukee market. And I know, I mean, that MPS is looking for someone to do just that, someone to kind of bridge the gap between, you know, our businesses, our organizations, and MPS. That's just from an outsider looking in. But I do think it's very, very important to start to exposing people in urban schools and suburban schools to say, what does a welder, if you like to build things, welding might be good. But they don't know what that's like. And they actually see the trades many times as a secondary option. And it shouldn't be. It should be elevated to an option for expressing creativity and expressing to do something that I like to do. It's the excitement back when I was in high school about the guys working on cars at Tech. That kind of thing, because they were working on stuff that they knew. So I think that's a very necessary thing we have to do. Start exposing them to what is possible and matching where they want to be creative. I think that's the key.
Tom?
I guess if you look at the recent manpower studies that come out, you see things shift around in the top 10 jobs in demand. But in the top 10 in the past 2 years, skilled trades have still been in there. So there's a need out there for sure. But a recent study by Deloitte and the Manufacturing Institute said that really only about 22% of our institutions, our high schools and so forth, are promoting skilled trades as a viable career path for a lot of people. And certainly as the population ages, those jobs will be available. So it's really incumbent on us to, I think, start articulating, but earlier on, that manufacturing positions are pretty exciting today. And just yesterday I was at an injection plastic molder that has 42 presses, and they run the entire business with 7 people on each shift. And on the weekends, they turn the lights out and they can still run a quarter of their presses with nobody there. But they have people monitoring them at home. And what it shows us is that manufacturing has become a relatively safe, relatively clean, but also pretty high-tech type of business now. There are lots of opportunities in it. So, but we need to start promoting that earlier.
Yeah, it's definitely the aging workforce is an issue in the business that I'm in, which is aligned with construction. If you look at the construction trades, there's quite a stark demographic with older workers and not so many young people entering skilled trades. Now, the recession has kind of put a hold on all of that. That was really at the top of everybody's agenda 3-4 years ago, and it's been pushed down quite a bit because of the large level of unemployment within the construction trades right now. But I think long term, that's going to be a big thing. I think the board that I chair, we say it's a good time to be in the workforce development business because a lot of people that we serve who in the past maybe were not as desirable, I think are going to be more desirable to people within the trades, and it's our job to get them trained and get them out there. And we do something which I think I'm going to put a little plug in for. We have a program called Earn and Learn, which puts high school kids in different companies in the summertime, and I think that's really valuable because these kids get the opportunity to work, they get the opportunity to see what jobs are like, and there's a variety of jobs that are available, and they can make some choices as they go on to their post-secondary education as to where they want to go. So, we're really trying to expand that program, and we think it's a great program for both the employers and the kids.
Rick?
First off, I just personally would appreciate just graying of the sideburns in the workforce, but I got something more than that. Funny you mentioned about counselors, etc. Over the summer, we had the opportunity to host superintendents from the Waukesha County area, along with at our factory and 3 other local manufacturers. And I believe 11 of the high school districts participated in that. At that time frame, they said, hey, this is pretty cool. We didn't realize what manufacturing was all about and how high-tech it is and clean it is and how safe it is. It's not a dungeon with a 60-watt light bulb in it anymore. And they said, hey, this is really important. We want to make sure the principals and the guidance counselors understand it. So about 2 weeks ago, we had the principals and guidance counselors of, I believe, those I think there's like 20 high schools or so in the Waukesha area. We had 40 people attending this, and this is principals, educators, guidance counselors. Again, they were also amazed at what the manufacturing environment could offer. I mean, we showed them what salaries were at. We showed them the technical skills that we were looking for, the soft skills we were looking for, et cetera. And so we got the call, and as a matter of fact, yesterday I got a call from the principal of Oconomowoc High School and said, hey, I know it's last minute notice, but a week ago when we were at your plant, we were having this like career day. Can you grab a couple of your other manufacturing friends, and along with the Waukesha Chamber of Commerce and what they call the Manufacturing Alliance, we got 4 guys together. We went out there and had a chance to talk to probably 100 plus seniors at the high school level and say, hey, here's what manufacturing's about. Here's what you can do about it. And by the way, you don't have to go to 4 years of college and graduate with a bunch of debt and then graduate without a job and take it for what it's worth, go sell shoes somewhere or whatever, where you can go to tech school, get a fine paying job, I mean, you're talking about in the 20s up to the mid 20s, et cetera, plus benefits, plus, profit sharing, et cetera. And say, hey, I can get out of this thing. I can get through tech school, literally debt-free, and I got a job that somebody actually really needs me like right now. Additionally, one of the things we're looking at is we just jumped on a program called Second Chance. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with that, and what it is a high school credit deficient sophomores get a chance to actually come to the manufacturing environment. They go for 21 months straight. We'll take them on, we'll mentor them. They have to go to school in the morning, and they come to us in the afternoon. They know they're not going to go to college, they're not taking the AP courses, they're already credit deficient. But at the end of this program, where they go right through summer, they don't have any time off, they work when we work, they only get out the holidays, we get off. When they get done, they have their GED in place, and they have true live skills under their belt. We're going to jump off on that one. We start our first 2 students next week. So we're kind of excited about that. We know it's going to be a challenge. We know the generational thing is going to hit us. But I think it's a very worthwhile program for any of you who are not aware of it. Again, that Second Chance.